Hi, this is Watermark Artwork. I'm here for another artwork flip through. This one will be between 2019 and 2021. We've got this sketchbook, particularly my watercolour sketchbook to go through. So this is my first ever sketchbook. It took a long time to fill, mainly because I would do a lot of practice pieces. Not in the sketchbook. I was so scared to ruin it because it's I think it's a moleskin sketchbook, so I know how expensive they are. And I had cheap watercolor paper that was just easier to waste. That does not mean that this sketchbook is perfect, and it does not mean that all sketchbooks need to be perfect. It's not even a sketchbook. But that's all you're gonna find in here is just watercolor art, not much practice. And it took me a long time just because I valued the paper a lot more than I probably should have. But it was a present after all, so I wanted to value it a lot. So this is number one. But yeah, let's have a look inside. In case of emergency, return to no one. Just no one. I really need to put like a front page on this, but I've done now, so it feels like a waste. Ooh. I love this so much. I think I drew the snake after putting this on, maybe. But I just really wanted to get like that kind of quote feel where you have like a quote and like a piece of art. So tell a lie once and all your truths become questionable. That's a true thing. Good to live by. Okay, we then have a fox. Again, this definitely had a reference to it at some point. Because it's my own sketchbook, I didn't think about keeping the references. I should do that from now on. Oh, this was a sad elephant. I don't know why I didn't draw a happy one. It's got a little bit of water staining here. Just because my path is different doesn't mean I'm lost. Ah, that quote might be why it's a sad elephant. I love this. This has been seen and done many times over the years, but this was just me trying to see the progression through the seasons. Wish I hadn't been a bit water damaged there, but that's not a problem. Okay, so this was a pole fitness instructor that I know. The other hand is supposed to be holding the pole, it's not just her clasping on with her legs. Just putting that out there. This is a redraw / repaint from one of my older folders for Tokyo Mew Mew. I don't like the hair colour or the... I tried to do it in my own art style and I don't think she looks great at all. She looks a little bit crazy, but we learn and we grow. This one's grim, so I'm not going to say anything about it. I'm just going to move on. Okay. This was me... I think I wanted to draw something more Japanese style in terms of the shrine outfit, but with trousers. I think I drew this a different time as well, and it was supposed to be the Empress tarot card as an example, because it's supposed to be like masking your feelings and that kind of thing. I think she was supposed to be holding a mirror, but I don't have anything reflective at this time, so that was that. My blends got worse as I didn't like the drawing. But yeah, it's not terrible, it just isn't my style anymore. And then this happened, and this was the turning point in this sketchbook where I just hated it. Absolutely hate this. I tried something new, it didn't work. So moving on from that, we have a fox. This was me trying to follow a tutorial, but I know I can do better now without a tutorial. And I tried to like do the salt scraping to get some texture, and it just ended up blooming, which isn't nice. This is a rose. I'm turning it that way so you can see it. This is a rose, and then there's a flower in this like splatter because I drew the rose and I just needed to fill up this area. This is a scene from Lord of the Rings. I think it's the one that's supposed to have the two big people statues here looking through the valley, but I didn't want to block up what I had done for like the mountains in the distance and the layering there, so that's what that was. I'd love to try and do that one again as a proper piece. This is from the Mandalorian, so you've got the Mandalorian and the baby in the floating pushchair, I guess. And then I like how I got the sun shining down. Harry Potter. Very aesthetically pleasing to look at, still shots, so I'm quite proud of getting some in there. And I haven't got witches flying in the sky of a castle, even though they could legitimately be wizards flying in the sky of the castle, but let's move on from there. Oh, there's even a moon there, I didn't even see that. This one's a seasonal one again, so we start at the bottom. And we have winter, autumn, summer, and spring. So I think it's actually starting at the top, you know what I mean. Yeah. I like that I put a snowman there. If this was any other, like if this was autumn, it'd be leaves piling around. But if it was spring or summer, I don't know what I would have done on the bottom. Okay. So we then have a leafy scene. I think this was me trying to draw a scene from my window. But it looks nothing like that. So yeah. Another picture of my dog. This one's actually a lot better in my view, different angle, but a lot better. And I've done better than this from the same photo over the years as well, so that'll be interesting. I've been complimented on this a couple times just from the shock value of the silhouette. It's always a nice thing. I tried to do the typical watercolour flowers, so this is where I started practicing, I guess, and using this a little bit more for that. I don't think I've used any of these flowers since. I just tend to do dots a lot of the time, I think. Okay. The landscape practice. I found different landscape pictures and each one became a mini drawing. So this one is mountains over a lake, mountains over a colourful river, mountains, lake, bridge, river, hot air balloons. I think I can only tell they're hot air balloons because one of them looks like a ladybug, a ladybird. I have no clue. Under the sea. Autumn one I like, and this one I kind of like just because of how strong the branches are in that one. Okay, this one, this is me trying to do the Aurora Borealis again, I think. Either that or they're just worshipping like some colourful steam. It looks a bit better. I know I can do even better than this now, so I need to try that again, I think. This is just some funky colours, and then I put some sunflowers on it to try and make it look better. This was me attempting to paint the charmed ones, but I hated it. I hated everything about the skin colour, and I just kind of gave up. I should have started with a lot lighter colours from the get-go. I've learned a bit more since. It's one of those days where I just wanted to put colour on a page, so that was this. This was a colour rundown of a piece that is in a folder, so I will show you that in another video. Yeah, I'll show you that in another video. This is just a colour breakdown of all the colours I used. Okay. This was a canal I went to, which is nice. I did a dragonfly. Obviously the dragonfly wasn't that big and it wasn't actually there. This was me getting a bit more creative with my colour splashes. I'm not super happy with the drawing, but I did like that I just went a bit crazy with my colour. As watercolour's supposed to be from references I've seen. I don't know what watercolour's supposed to be anymore. This I love. So again, just did a good drawing and wanted to add some colour to it. Flamingo. Not the greatest peacock in the world. I like the round here, but the actual peacock itself needs a little bit of work. This is cool. So I have a moon over some like clouds, maybe a stormy sea, I'm not completely sure. But then we have a tiger and some rainbow. And as I've done like a snowy magic ball before, this is a fiery magic ball. And although they have sausage fingers, I don't hate this. I think it's the colour, I think that's why. This I like, so I did better on the skin. I even gave her some freckles. She's got some blush, some better lips, some shadowing. The hair doesn't look too bad. I think we might actually be using gold for the earrings. Like, overall, I actually quite like this, and having the red and the green on either side kind of complements it too. Fan art. So this is Harley Quinn, of course, and the Joker. This was supposed to be Heath Ledger, I think, but I think it just looks like a generic Joker. This was some animals with some people. So they were supposed to be animalized versions of people that I know, and then something like their favourite things. So this person likes Captain America, this one's a D&D master outfit and likes tanks, and this guy likes sleeping. So he's a sloth and on a bed. This is just a landscape, not my favourite landscape, not the worst one since we've seen previous worst ones in a previous video, but not that bad. Then we've got some flowers again. This was another scene I've experienced on a walk. And then some dice, some colourful dice. I have nothing more I can say about this really. Just, I like dice. This is cute. Okay, so I like the wolf. I think the eagle? Parrot? I don't know. Needs more work. But it just goes to show I really like the line art and the really bright colours that the rabbit has. Which was done actually, yeah, this was done like a year later just to fill in that gap from the dates. So this was September 2020, and then this was August 2021, so almost a whole year later. So this will be back to 2020. So that's a deer. So that's some more landscape practice, just the bare basics I think. I must have gotten bored after like that one, because that one's got a lot more detail than either of these. That one's definitely not from a reference of any sort. This is cool. This was just me adding colour to a page, I think. And then Ariel, I guess, kind of like a mermaid-esque beach scene with some flying stingrays. This one in particular looks very cool. Had to turn off the recording because some other background noise. Now I'm back. So yeah, just flying stingrays. I like this one. This one was trying to be like, I'll protect you even if I'm blind. I don't know. Demented raccoon. You know, sometimes you just have that feeling of just putting colour on a page, but you have no idea why. It was one of those times. Let the emotions pass, like clouds above the skyline. Note there are no clouds on this skyline. Like, I have no idea. This is not a particular skyline for anything. It's just black blobs. That's all it is. Trying to be deep, just black blobs. It's a bridge. I have nothing else to say. This is two characters being combined that I'm going to move past quickly. This is another fox. This is when I got gouache. Yeah, I got gouache here, so it's a lot thicker and darker. But I quite like this fox in comparison to the one previous in this video. This was me trying to do a classic still life, and I'm actually quite proud of it. And I think the colour around the outside kind of complements it. If it was just on the background, like the yellowy paper, it wouldn't be as nice, but I quite like that. Oh, this one is this way around? This way around. So I was trying to do, I had like a prompt of like time or time passing. So this was supposed to be kind of like a clock, and like water washes away, and like it was that kind of idea of like time passing with something subtle clockish in the middle. I don't like how all the colours blended in the end. I think I had terrible colours, but I can do better now. Again, all of this is I can do better. Although this I quite like. This was just nice fields. I like the clouds. The clouds looking good. And then this was I have a high dependence on liner, clearly. Let's see the next one. Is that really the last one? Yep, and we're finishing it on me drawing a ginger man. But clearly my men have gotten better. Like, you can tell it's a guy. Cool hair colour, I think. Compliments blue eyes. And this is where the watermark artwork finally came in. Yeah. So that is the last of that. I didn't store anything in here. Oh wait, I did store things in here. Okay, so we have, okay, so we have a fox and we have a wolf. And the wolf tried to have like a scene inside of it, but didn't quite work. The fox just is a fox. That's pretty cool. I didn't realise I had those. And I'll tuck them back in there. But yeah, that is the end of this sketchbook. Thank you for watching and watermark artwork. Please like and subscribe. It really shows that the kind of videos that my watchers like. I'm still kind of doing this for myself, so I can look back in a few years without having to flip through all of my art myself, but hopefully soon we'll even do some speed paints, and that would be really cool to watch. I'd love to hear if people would rather have me talking the entire time and doing a voiceover, or if just music in the background would be the best thing, so let me know in the comments. Thank you, I'll see you in the next one. Bye!